אני תפילתי לך, אדוני את רצון, אלוהים מרוב חסדך, אלוהים מרוב חסדך, ענני באמת אישך. מה טוב, מה טוב, מה טוב, אוהליך, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל, מה טוב, מה טוב, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל, משכנותיך ישראל.
All time depends upon a single moment. Deborah Naroff-Scott.
Leviticus 10, verse 11. You shall not steal, you shall not deal deceitfully or falsely with one another. The simple meaning of this verse is, do not take what's not yours, be honest, ethical, and loyal in all your affairs. I have built my life around these guiding principles. As a person who likes to know where I stand, and at times is compelled to tell others where they stand, I immediately thought of the lack of genuineness in the world. Many people's motives seem selfish. So many seem out for themselves. What can I get instead of what can I give? There is more deceit than I could ever imagine. It is within and between countries, in business, families, and marriages, even in the Jewish community. I see society headed in the wrong direction in some ways. Two examples are the use of modern technology and overscheduling. Computers have revolutionized our communication. Cell phones, video games, all designed to make our lives easier, but our lives seem more unmanageable and our society more stultified than ever. People are constantly looking at their personal devices and ignoring the people they're actually with. Parents on their cell phones, kids spend hours playing computer games. In business, we're mandated to turn them off. But with our families, do we ignore each other? I have been guilty of this. The human connection is diminishing. It's deceitful to think that just because we are in the same room, we're together. We need to be with each other. I've always tried to counteract deceit by naturally standing up for others. I volunteer at Shelter Our Sisters to help victims of domestic violence. I often fight for the rights of people when I see injustice, which at times gets me in trouble. I recently witnessed a Nordstrom manager yelling at a salesgirl in a condescending way, and she was about to cry. I felt compelled to tell the manager how disrespectful her behavior was, so I walked to the back room, and when she came out alone, I told her that she should never speak to her employee the way she did, that under no circumstances should she humiliate someone like that in front of others. When I walked away, my daughter opened her eyes wide and said, "Mommy, I'm really proud of you. We need to be examples of helping our fellow human beings and at times urge people to take inventory in their affairs." I realized one more thing from this verse. I have unknowingly been a bit deceitful to myself. I've spent too much time around people who are toxic. I've continued in relationships at times hoping and wishing that they would change instead of disengaging. I've come to know better now, and I can do better. I've been blessed to have the gift of music in my life, being the daughter of a professional musician, and have studied music for years. This has been a healthy outlet to counteract the falseness and imbalance in the world. When performing or listening to music, I feel there can be no deceit, only perfect truth. Music moves people. It is a universal language connecting us all, softening our hearts and allowing us to feel and express ourselves creatively. This verse urges people to deal truly and genuinely with one another, even if it doesn't suit one's own needs at that time, and even if it's the harder path. When people do not steal from one another, emotionally, physically, or otherwise, they are true. They can create an authentic and beautiful experience that can have a snowball effect on the world and bring people together. I am evolving into a person who is truer to myself and more connected to my intuition and inner guidance. This is important as I become Bat Mitzvah and continue to live my life with Jewish values and be inspired to strive with the entire community to realize the Jewish vision for a world of goodness and justice.
We offer these words on page 241, followed by this musical prayer on page 240. And what is my lifespan? I'm like a man gone out of Egypt. The Red Sea parts, I cross on dry land. 2 walls of water, on my right and on my left. Pharaoh's army and his horsemen behind me. Before me, the desert, perhaps the promised land too. That is my lifespan. Page 240.
Ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 la.
Lechet ketzirecha lo tilaket.
Lo tignovu velo tichakashu velo tishakeru ish ba'amito.